SimLicy here. So today I have for you guys a very special video. This is my friend's apartment building. I reached 20 followers on YouTube, so I wanted to do a special thank you video for subscribing and watching what I have to put up there. And this build was my most popular, or is my most popular build on Origin. For the Sims 4 gallery, so I thought I would do a video tour of it, and I also did a create a sim of the Friends cast. So I just wanted to do a tour to say thank you, and I want to do like tours at every, like, you know, if more people follow, then do more tours and of other builds that I have on there that I'm proud of. And this one I didn't expect to be so popular because I don't think it's necessarily like the best. It doesn't look that pretty, I guess. I don't know. I just didn't expect it to be, but it has quite a few downloads, so I thought I would do a tour of it. So let's get down in here and check it out. Okay, so this is the coffee shop area, and I have all the Friends people that I created sitting here watching Phoebe play some music, of course, because that's what she does down in the coffee shop. And I tried to get them all to sit around and, oh, I don't have any build mode. I don't need to be build mode. It's kind of silly, huh? It's gonna be probably slow. Oh, that wasn't too bad. But yeah, so they're just sitting here watching Phoebe play the guitar as she does in the coffee shop. Monica looks like she's gonna fall asleep. She's like, oh my god, Phoebe, shut up. But anyways, so here's the coffee shop. Since this is a residential lot, I had to just hire a barista. Didn't make it an actual coffee shop, but so that's the Central Perk coffee area, and then over here is like a little sitting area. I think in the video there are some chairs over, or in the TV show there are some like chairs over here, but I kind of just made it up. And then I did bathrooms through here, and it's pretty just basic, some toilets. But I think it's turned out pretty cute. It's pretty detailed. Like the outside's not so pretty, but I think the inside is pretty cool. And then so upstairs I did like where Monica and Rachel's apartments are, and Joey and Chandler's. And then down here I did a little passageway into where I have Phoebe and Ross's apartments. For some reason Ross's door is open. That's kind of weird. Okay. So in here is Ross's apartment. And I made it look kind of very classic, I would say, very brown and technical, since he is a paleontologist and, you know, the most educated, and I had to add a picture of dinosaurs, of course. So I think, it's not exactly how it is in the TV show, but it's as best as I could do with just watching. I built this probably about six or 7 months ago, maybe more than that, and I just was binge watching the TV show and built it when I was watching it. So they're not perfect. I did look up some pictures, but there's only so much you can do. And then it's like this little hallway area, kind of. I hung up some like clothes and stuff. I don't know. But and this is a bathroom. It's very blue tile. I was like, does he have a shower? Oh, there it is. Okay, it does have a shower. Thank goodness. And then down the hallway to Ross's room. And he has a chessboard and some like space posters and stuff. Like, not that he's necessarily into space in the TV show. You know, he is more into paleontology and archaeology, dinosaurs and those kind of things. But, you know, we only have so many sciencey, spacey type things in The Sims. I mean, of course they have like the microscope, but the microscope's like ginormous. And the science lab table and stuff. It's just all too big. And this is onto Phoebe's. So in this I built her apartment right across the hall. And this is Phoebe's house, and I think it turned out so cute, and she actually has a green couch with pink pillows, so I was pretty happy about that. And let's see. So her house is very blue, but I think it looks pretty cute. And I gave her the penguin TV because I felt like Phoebe would want the penguin TV, like in real life. That's what she would want to have. And yeah, I mean, I tried to do my best. Hopefully you guys like it. I mean, a lot of people seem to like it on the gallery, which is pretty cool. And her kitchen, I don't know if you ever really get to see Phoebe's kitchen, but this is how I did it. I don't really know why I did it with all these industrial cabinets, which kind of looks pretty cool, I think, but probably if I did it now, I'd probably do it more classic looking, like with the more traditional counters, but I think that industrial one looks pretty cool. And then Phoebe's bathroom. You know, the bathrooms are not too exciting. And then, let's see, her bedroom, I think this right here was a closet, and I guess it got deleted maybe when I placed it because I didn't put move objects on. But I don't see why, because I wouldn't have used move objects to put it in that room. I don't know. But, so if you did download this on the gallery and you're like, what is this weird space? There was probably a closet there. That's what I imagine. But, so Phoebe, I gave her the paint easel and the massage table as well. And, oh, back to Ross's room. And then she does have a massage chair right there too. So, since, as most of you know, Phoebe is a masseuse in the TV show. So, let's see. Let's go back to the coffee shop and then move on upstairs to the other apartment. So, oops, what happened? Okay, so I did like a hallway, which is just like pretty tight and not very exciting. It's kind of dark and leads out into this kind of balcony area that I did. But let's go into Chandler and Joey's apartment, since I want to say Monica and Rachel's for like the finale, I guess, like the final part of the tour. But this is the guys' apartment, which I think it turned out pretty good. This is pretty glitchy, which, I mean, I wasn't a very experienced builder when I built this, and I probably would have rearranged the countertops a little bit better so it wasn't so glitchy, but that's alright. I mean, I think it turned out pretty good because I had probably only been building like maybe a month or two when I had built this, so. And they got the foosball table, of course, and I figured they'd probably have like movie posters and stuff. I was just trying to find clutter in the game that I thought that the guys would want. And they do have like some shelves and stuff above the refrigerator, and dartboard, of course, and of course the yellow couch with the dog statue. Very iconic of Joey and Chandler's. And I didn't know what to do with this space, so I gave them a computer and like a game table, because you don't see, like, I imagine in when they're shooting the show, this is where like, the cameras are mostly, and so you don't see this area very much. I imagine this is the rest of the set, so I had to just improvise and make it up. And I think this is what I did for Joey's room. And it'll probably be easier to look at like this. And I mean, it's pretty basic dude's room. These rooms ended up being pretty small. Him and Chandler's room. Chandler's is over here, and they're pretty small, so they're pretty, like I said, basic. They're just kind of whatever. Got the posters and some dude stuff and boy colors, but let's get on to Monica and Rachel's apartment, because this is, you know, really neat. Where's the door? There it is. Why am I so high? I don't want to be this high. Okay, let's go in there like this angle would be pretty good. And here it is. Oh, it's so cute. I mean, okay, so this area, like, same with the dudes. I gave them like a little library area with a chess table on, because you don't see this part of the apartment, so I made it up. But there's their kitchen. That sink does not work, just so you know. I thought it would. I thought I was like a move objects genius and they would use it, but they don't use it, so obviously I think you would have to fix that or whatever. I never really played in this. Like, I messed around with it a little bit after I created it, but never went through and played because I never had the Friends cats before, but now I do, so maybe I'll play with them a little bit, who knows. But so this is their kitchen, which is, you know, the main part of the show is this living area. It's where most of the friends hang out. So their seating area. Oops. Sorry, I've never tried to make a video while I'm like scrolling through the game like this. Hopefully I'm not making you guys motion sick. So I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I gave them this little TV because this was in the 90s where these big box TVs were, you know, were what most people had, and I think they had like those giant plasmas at the time too. I remember some people having those, but you know, they had a boxy TV like this in the TV show. And of course their balcony area right here, which they hang out on sometimes and watch That Ugly Naked Guy across the way. And then their bathroom, which I think, now looking back, their bathtub is on this side of the wall. Maybe I would change that. I don't know, but that's where I think it is. Not that it really matters. It still looks pretty cute. But that's how I think it is, like remembering the show. And this is Monica's room. And both of their rooms are pretty pink. Like I don't think they're that pink in the TV show, but they didn't have the exact like decorations and stuff that they have, of course. But I think it looks pretty good. I mean, Monica is a very clean person, so her room's pretty simple and tidy. She only has a few things next to the bed, tissues and some books, of course. And then onto Rachel's room, which is very nice. It's a nice room, I think. Yeah, it's turned out pretty good. Shoes, and because she's, you know, a rich girl and a little bit more spoiled and vain and materialistic, so I gave her shoes and mirror and stuff like that. I think it turned out pretty good. I don't know, I'm pretty proud of the inside of this. I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, it would be nice if I could have made the coffee shop a working coffee shop and then have them live above this, but if I did have the, you know, the coffee shop be a coffee shop, then we would have all the customers going throughout their house too, so that wouldn't really work, and of course they couldn't technically live here. So, but I hope you guys like this. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. It's not the prettiest from the outside, but like I said, I wasn't a very experienced builder, and I'm still not that experienced of a builder, but definitely wasn't then. So, but I hope you guys like it. It's pretty cool, and coffee shop area is pretty neat, I think. So if you do, you know, want to build your own, you can hire a barista to run the coffee shop. But I think this coffee shop would be pretty cool to make like by itself and just put in your town as a coffee shop, and then have your Sims go visit it. Would be pretty cool too. Let's see what they all do. We're just all listening to her. Oh, poor Phoebe. She's probably singing Smelly Cat. I think she's probably, yeah, she's like super embarrassed because she's a new Sim and she's not very good. But that's not how the Sim would be, or not how Phoebe would be in real life. She wouldn't care. But anyways, I'm rambling now. I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing, and wanted to do this kind of, you know, a different video that was kind of a little bit special, a little bit different. And yeah, so if you guys have any, you know, feedback, suggestions, anything at all, please comment down below, like, subscribe, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye.